All right, thank you for joining us here again on the level 1 of the single player map, sort of teaching you how to play. Hopefully you guys were able to see the first tutorial video that I shot before. If not, that's okay. I'm going to go over those steps here again. You can see we have our troops here in the orange. The enemy is here in this burgundy color. So there's a couple things you can do on your turn. We're actually going to focus up here on this little square primarily. We're not going to actually hit this one right now, but this one in the center here is deploy. So you can see we have 5 troops we can deploy, which means we can put 5 troops in any of our current locations onto the map. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 here. I'm going to put 2 here, and you'll see why shortly. But now I've deployed all of my troops, all 5. So then I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 by hitting this button. This is going to allow me to move my troops so I can put them to any of these 3 spots. You can see the arrows. And I'm going to send these 3 to Ukraine. And you can see here that I'm sending 3, but I can send 2, 1, or even 0, but we want to send 3. And you can see that number that it defeats or kills goes up or down depending on how many I have. So in this case, because there's 2 there, here in Ukraine, we want to send 3. So we're going to send 3, and these are just neutral spaces, and I'm going to send 1 to each of these, and you'll see why later, but that's my own strategy. Some people may disagree, but we're going to start with that. And so once I've moved or deployed all of my troops using this button, and then selected all of my movements using the other one, I'm going to go ahead and hit this commit button. And you'll see all the troops go out, and you also see the enemy. In some games, you won't see the enemy's troops move, but in this particular map, since it's level 1, we do. We've now taken all of Europe, so now we have the 5 extra troops that come with that. So now instead of 5 armies, we get to deploy 10, which is great for us. So now I'm going to go ahead and deploy those. I'm going to send 4 to Southern Europe here, and then I'm going to send 3 up here to take Greenland from Iceland, because we're going to try working on this bonus next. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually set another 3 there. And we're going to move 2 here, because you can see 2 defeats 1. I've already broken that down to have only 1 there. I'm going to set all 6 to that, even though you can see we only need 3. I'm going to send all 6 because I want to sort of take over this space next. Again, my strategy, yours may be different, but we're going to go ahead and hit commit. You'll see the next turn happen. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have 9 troops there. Whoops. Now, if you do too many, you can do this. You can hit this button here and just delete the order up in the top corner. In this particular game, for some reason, I'm not allowed to see how many troops I'm deploying there, but I just want 9. So I'm going to go ahead and put 9. And then I'm going to deploy the rest of my troops here. So I'm going to have 3 to defeat 2 in each of those spots because they're connected, and I'm going to put 1 more there. Let's go ahead and put 1 more in Greenland. So I'm going to send 3 out to each of these, because I don't need to send all 10. I only need to send 3 to defeat those 2. So you'll see that happen in each of these. And some of this may sound redundant to some of you. It may be simple, but in case it's not, I'm making it as simple as possible. So we're going to continue through there. I'm actually going to take the Middle East here as well, and we're going to commit, and so on goes the game. He's moving his troops up out of. He's also gotten the Australian bonus this last turn. So now if you look in this bottom left corner, I don't know if you can read that, but he's got 7 troops now per turn, and I'm at 10 troops per turn. That's going to change this next turn, but in some games, this is very helpful to know. In this game in particular, it's great. Great to know. So I'm going to make sure I put 6 here, because I'm going to put 3 in each of those, 3 there, 3 there. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start in South America. That'll be a good start. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Put 3 here, 3 here. Go ahead and get started early. I'm going to just leave this. I want to see what he does. I'm going to go ahead and commit. Okay, so now he's pretty close to me. Now, if you don't want to watch all this happen, you can hit the skip button on the bottom, or even watch it turn by turn. I'll show that the next time. So now we're almost all the way done with the American bonus. We're at 13 armies to his 7, so I'm going to need to be careful here, though, because I don't want him getting in on my other bonuses. I'm going to put a couple there. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put, actually, we're going to get rid of that order. And I'm just going to show you a little trick that I like to do. So instead of sending 2 here, I'm going to send 1, and then I'm going to send 2 with this one. So it'll defeat 1 with this order, and then the next 2 will defeat it. And that way I'm not losing any extra troops that I don't need to. I'm going to send those troops up there because I'm pretty sure he's going to try and get me up there too. And this is all just self-preservation at this point. We're going to have him go down to the bottom of Argentina, and hopefully I don't get absolutely destroyed there. So we're going to commit and see what happens. Again, you don't know what your enemy is going to do until you hit commit and you watch the turn. And you can see he's spreading out, trying to take Asia. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries attacking me. Oh, he doesn't. Interesting. Oh, there it is. So you see he hit me with 8, and he actually lost all of his troops. And I'm sorry, I should have gone one at a time. I'll show you guys that this next turn. So now I do want to make sure I protect this here, especially Ukraine, because that's a huge bonus for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get that up to 10. I do want to finish this bonus here. So I'm going to put at least those there. I still have 8 armies left I can reinforce with. And I'm going to go ahead and put those back over here because I need to make sure that I don't lose my bonus in Europe. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this spot with my troops from Africa. I'm going to move these troops up just because I feel like it. I'm going to send Alaska. Actually, we're going to have Alaska go last. So it doesn't matter in what order you put your troops. I'm going to just sit here for a second. You know what? I will send Alaska next across the water. And then I'm going to do a trick that I like to try and do, which is sending 1 troop to each of these, just in case they do like you saw before. And they just send everybody and lose all their troops, and then I'm able to take it without much effort. So we're going to commit, and I'm actually going to, instead of watching it like you saw before, I'm going to pause it. And you can see these controls up here. So there's 2 buttons, and you can go 1 move at a time. So you can actually see, so he's attacking with 6 here. I attacked with 3 there. He's attacking with 6 to Ukraine. And he ends up with 0 there, and I keep my troops. I move 3, take South America, right? So we're sort of doing this 1 move at a time, and you'll see this happen. So you can see I took Kazakhstan, just attacking, and that ends the turn. So you can watch it out, or you can do it 1 move at a time, or you can just skip it altogether, which we may do as we get closer to the end of the game, because we should have no problem defeating him since we're getting 20 armies per turn. He's still only getting 7, which is a significant difference. So let's go ahead and try and finish this up here. So I'm going to use this quick strategy. I've got all these good backing up, so I only have 1 place I can really attack, and I'm going to push that advantage. I'm going to keep moving my troops up just to sort of help me get good positioning. And then I'm going to actually attack from the Middle East to India. It's risky because 12 only beats 7. So all you have to do is put 8 there, and he'd stop me from taking it, but that's okay. We're going to push hard. And I'm actually going to sit here and just send 1 to that spot because we should finish this relatively quick. And I'll show you this. We're actually going to skip this turn. And you'll see everything just happen automatically. So as you get into deeper games, we'll probably do that more often because games can get long. There's a lot of turns, a lot of things going on. So I'm going to send India here, and you'll see this is going to go pretty quick because I have a pretty good handle on this guy from getting anywhere. So we're actually going to commit. I'm not even going to move my other troops. There we go. And again, this is a superior difference, really just playing out. And they do that. It's your first level. It's okay. You got to learn how to play. And I've played quite a bit. So now we even almost have the, I should have taken this Asia bonus. I'm sure somebody's screaming at me somewhere. We're going to go ahead and take that for you guys, just for you guys. I'm going to set the rest of my troops here. And quick finish this up. But you guys are starting to get the idea of what is going on here in this game. At least hopefully. So you can see I'm actually going to take quite a significant number. And if it helps, you can actually just type in the number that you want instead. That can be helpful for some people. and I should have no problem taking that. We're going to go ahead and finish Japan like I said I would. We're going to skip that turn, and now I just have one last spot. And we're going to go ahead and send those troops there and finish the game. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.